Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age Mythology Replay. Spawn on the north side as the blue patron goddess. We got naiV? Or is it going to be some sort of weird backwards spelling name? Not sure. And spawn on the south side as the red Hades. We got Ice Fox DOD. Which I'm pretty sure DOD is a clan tag for deities of death? Or dead? I think? Can't remember. I know one of them invited me to the server, but of course the server's basically locked down like most servers, so I can't upload share content there in the designated share content tabs. And it's exclusive clubs when it comes to most of the Discord servers. We do have, of course, a obelisk here to torment his opponent.
Enito.
Or, since it's the patron goddess, her opponent. We do have, of course, Flood of Now, get one food trickle right. More rhinoceros being seized, and of course got the alternative to the Nile. 135 gold, 8 favor, 200 wood, 15 favor. 1 food trickle, 2 gold favor, gold trickle. So, the Vault of Erebus is better, but more expensive. And also provides gold, which is going to be more useful in the long run. We do now have Ares being deployed in the field. Ares does offer a decent number of upgrades as well to support our infantry, as well as some Cyclopes you can get out in the field. Cyclopes actually got a bit of a nerf from Gold Edition, since Cyclopes used to when they threw a unit, it will be instant kill, as well as doing damage to everything it lands nearby. Now it just only does good damage. Got Bast here to give access to the Sphinx. The Egyptian Sphinx, which is different than the Greek Sphinx, which is something that does not exist in the game. But both of the mythologies actually do have their own version of Sphinx. I'm pretty sure the ones that tells riddles is actually more of the Greek Sphinx than the Egyptian Sphinx. And I think the Greek Sphinx also has wings, as opposed to has the human face. So I need to look at the differences between the two. Ajax here, picking on the priest. Cyclops here. And the priests are angry at Ajax, so they're going to try to stone him to death. There's the Sphinx now upon the field. And of course now the priests actually have a little bit more damage. When I say little more, they still have pretty low DPS. They're a counter unit, like most of the Egyptian, or all the Egyptian Age 2 units, boring myth units. The Sphinx can be a pretty nice unit, and Game Snare there has the same base move speed as Achilles, but of course every slice there does cause a bit of a snare effect, since all melee units in the game has a slight snare effect, and great focus heal there, very very good. The Sphinx can get to a decent move speed. Can't they get like up to like 5.5? I think maybe 5.6 move speed if they're fully upgraded. Achilles trying to engage the villagers. Villagers trying to shank Achilles. Go for the Achilles tendon. Of course, Ajax and the Cyclops here. This is not looking good for the Egyptian player. Trying to force heal that one villager. Trying to really. The villager does go down. Pharaoh's empowering the build, and get everybody inside. Does save. Got 18 versus 23 villagers, so looks like maybe blue killed or red killed off a good number of at least 5 villagers. Looks like, but red does also have town center as well, so. I have not been paying attention too much to the number of villager deaths, but overall great engagement there by red. You now have the Eclipse available, of course, for the patron goddess. The reason why I say the name patron goddess, and I also got the idea from Giant Grant Games, is because this name can be flagged by the YouTube algorithm, and last thing I want to do is my channel to be flagged even further, because Steel Division also flagged my channel because the word division. And Steel Division, for those who don't know, is a World War II RTS by the same creators, by Eugen, the same creators as the War Game series. It's effectively a World War II war game. War game. Got a decent number of research there. Got some spearmans being employed in the field. Counter cavalry units. They're also a bit more of a journalist unit. The most journalist unit that the Egyptians can deploy out on the field.
Into you.
Definitely more a counter unit though, with times 0.5 multiplier. But they do offer 5 movement speed as well, so they're pretty responsive. And movement speed is... Oops, sorry, I hit my microphone pretty hard there. Movement speed is quite important in order to just make sure they can connect with stuff. Which I don't think I need to really explain with that. But there's a decent number of upgrades that can make them pretty nice. I know they can at least get the 5.3 movement speed based on some upgrades. I can't remember what exactly. Achilles does have the relic there. It is the relic for improving his food economic research by additional 5%, which is a pretty nice relic. And these wounded villagers. Another one goes down there. So very good pick there by those 2 spearmans.
And which?
Obelisk going on up. Cyclops here, and the priest should start stoning the Cyclops to death. Aim for the eye. Aim for the eyes, or I mean eye. Pegasus there.
In which?
And of course, since he's not Poseidon nor Hermes, this is a manually built Pegasus, which is always a good idea. It's such a very nice scouting unit.
Gary.
A flying scout is just very useful.
And which?
Or Ajax stabbing some of these priests here. Cyclops getting hit, stoned to death. Divine Stone. Spin the wind from the Sphinx there, and does try to back away from Ajax. Spearman trying to engage Ajax, snaring him.
Into you.
More spearmans there, pursuing the villagers, the laborers.
Enito.
And Ajax is going to take time and start stabbing the priests to make them extra holy. And Ajax, I think, just got himself trapped right there. And he's going to just do a combat heal to make sure his units don't go down. Very nice. More spearmen now being employed in the field by blue. Looks like I got most of the spearmen composition, so red should probably eye for some Toxidays. Of course, you will need to age up to get the Hypastus. I don't know why some of these words sort of just make me tongue twist. Like I think I was trying to say Ajax up. Age up. Looks like these guys have a bit of a missed rally. Blue gets that fixed. And red right now is at 42 villagers, so it looks like blue did a good job calling villagers. Maybe blue or red had trouble with food income. His food stockpile is relatively low. Good gold stockpile. Blue, however, has good stockpile both, but barring wood, which doesn't really need much wood at the moment. So right now he has 2 wood chips. Some exotic doggos going down. They are not a good food source. They have what, 125 food in store? Yep. So those will be eaten pretty quick, but luckily the granary of course is free. So you can always just build one out there. Goats being brought back home. They're of course the goat. And red has gone for early farms. Should anyone try to avoid going for farms? You do collect up slow from that. Does he have the Black Lotus card? No. He has the Eye of Orlu. Orlu, have pronounced that. And that's the wolf name for Age of Empires wolf. It says eye, but that's clearly a sword. Is the eye kebabbed on a sword? We do now have Pegasus going down there. The patron goddess is aging on up. You have access to Scorpion Man, but it's also probably more importantly meant for the ancestors to go on both the eclipse. Also some other research there, which I can never remember. Over here, we've got Aphrodite, give access to Nemean Lion. And I do remember the golden apple makes your villagers provide more favor income when worshiping after the temple, making it your composition more fun. That is not an adequate military force. Cyclops throws the spearman. Or, nope, he just decides just to toss it behind him. Unless it got caught up in the lake. Hypasis, not even meeting Hypasis perfect forward. Burst there, very nice. But of course, which will give him some good food income eventually. Achilles, the Pharaoh has gone down. Ajax and Achilles trying to steal the Scorpion Man. Achilles does get poisoned death, which actually is more accurate. There's always different retellings when it comes to Achilles how he died. It's the Achilles tendon, and it's usually a poison arrow to the Achilles tendon. It's the common retelling, if I remember correctly. Or it was a mythic bow from Apollo, right? Apollo's bow? Can't remember. There's always a lot of variations when it comes to Achilles. It's always, of course, involving the Achilles heel. And there's also different retellings like, oh, he wore armor that protected everything but his heels, the Achilles tendon. And there's other retellings where it's his mother, which was a goddess, Achilles was a demigod, and dipped Achilles into, was it river Styx? And of course she held him up by the Achilles tendon. And he got dipped as a baby. Can't remember exactly. We got Ancestors plus Eclipse now being deployed. I was using that 1-2 punch combo. The minions have 10 damage with good attack speed, so they have, what, 12 DPS? Yep, 12 DPS. Trying to focus on the villagers. Got Chiron on point field, as well as another Achilles. And over here we do have another advance of spearmen into the walls. See, what are the upgrades they have? They ran out just medium and copper upgrades. No minor god upgrades on them. Or major god for that matter. We do also have the Sentinels over here, helping protect them against the Spearmen. Sentinels mostly meant to protect yourself from raiders, but Spearmen is the highest siege unit in the game, so the Sentinels would do quite well here. And a good number of firing is focused on some individual villagers. Toxates, Achilles, Hypasis, so got decent counter force here to expel these units. The Sphinx will likely go down. And it goes down to Achilles. And I thought I heard a siege weapon go down. Oh, no, chariot archers have been subbed out by blue. Good number of chariot archers. Toxates will be generally still useful against the chariot archers. They're not a counter unit, but archer versus archer is still quite decent. Hypaxis, of course, so be useful against spearmen, but they will have trouble versus the chariot archers. We do get a bit of bonus damage versus them. We also got a camel rider there. Nemean lion and ripped apart there. And again, that spearman gets thrown behind them. And that one gets probably thrown into the giraffes. Good number of chariot archers in the field, but they're getting pretty wounded. Spearman front line has disintegrated. Maybe some axe would be a little better. Here's going for some camel riders who are being chucked. That one bounced off the tree. And the Cyclopes all have gone down. Yes, that's actually the proper plural term for Cyclopses. Cyclopes. A bit of healing there is of course required. Two priests going to have a lot of work in front of them. They're all pretty wounded. Red has 3 more Cyclopes being queued on up. He has got an Elder Cyclops upgrade. which, let's see, increases throw damage area and melee attack damage area. So now they have good AoE, making them more effective for infantry and small targets in general. So anti-foot soldier. Of course, Hades, if he ages up again, can get access to his unique crossbow and help siege down structures at a good range. More trade archers and camera riders being employed in the field, and some free shades. They're not great, but they're free. Rio Sphinx up in point of field. Looks like an eye for more Sphinx. We also have now the sun-dried bricks, improving building hit points, gold cost, and reduced building time. Good for those mid-gold strongholds. Hades unable to afford the heavy upgrades, so going for heavy range now. Had it queued up, now actually able to get it. Pop lights push way forward. Pharaoh and Priestess escape on out into the mid-gold stronghold. Cyclops are nice and all, but they have 800 health? That's a little bit more than I remember. 800 health makes them actually very durable, and they're going to need to be durable to deal with all these chariot archers. Got some call pass help engage them. Villagers migrating somewhere. Pestilence now being pulled in the field, which that should disable production, right? Oh! Slows unit production rather than stops it now. Okay, so it got reworked from Gold Edition. It also disables their arrows. Okay. It reduces, but it doesn't reduce their damage. It reduces the number of arrows fired down to 0 arrows. So that helps. That's how this works. So they're still technically firing, but at 0 arrows. So yeah, Pestilence actually got reworked. Did not realize that. It actually got nerfed because disabling production is actually incredibly powerful. Now the Cyclops do offer good crush damage as well. I wonder, I don't remember this increasing their health. It doesn't say increased health, so some sort of they must always have that health. You actually don't really see Cyclops too much. Spearman gets chucked. Camel Rider gets chucked. And overall, it seems like Blue's in a good position, but so is Red. Blue's slowly getting worked on down, but Red's force is having trouble staying in power, honestly. Mid-gold stronghold still firing away, getting up more trade archers. Red's starting to break on through. Red has almost a pop cap. Blue has more population available, but nowhere near pop cap. Wait. Cyclops will get affected by ballistics? So the throwing ability is now heat-seeking? I never knew that. Okay, that's sort of funny. Okay, Cyclops. Track him. They must have been talked by, what's his name again? How did I forget the antagonist? Why can I not remember the antagonist? The Cyclops antagonist. Another Pestilence supply on the field, very nice. And Blue's already having trouble remaxing, so this is going to be a very, very good push. In fact, Townsend's getting ripped apart thanks to all the Cyclopses. And they also AoEing down all the farms. That's actually very nice. Villagers taking some decent amount of damage there. Gargarensis. I also really hate how the previous voice actor was incredibly good, but then the recast was not that great. Cyclops being picked on off. Blue has stabilized, has less villagers at the moment. Needs to rebuild the town center and the army. As playing population space, has a pretty good queue of units on the field. Has one townsend on the field. And this rally is still a problem. Shades will be engaged.
Into you.
And got some medium accent there. Priest's gonna have a lot of healing in front of them. And we got the Pharaoh also empowering the town center. Very nice. Let's see now, 102 military units. Oh, so Red's actually having trouble remaxing, and Red just aged up and decides to help fix his economy by building up plenty vaults. While I still have enough favor for a second plenty vault, I always think you should go for 2 plenty vaults at a minimum. Champion infantry. We got now the Bobo Spear of Panic. Increasing heavy hoplites adds 1 divine damage to hoplites, very nice, and to Prodromos as well, the counter cavalry unit. That's actually pretty good. I didn't realize the effect of Prodromos as well. And we've got also the Bow of Horror. Talk stays, increase your talk stays damage by 10%. Also cause your arrows to fly incredibly quickly, so projectile speed increase. Not sure if that's, I don't see it as an applied effect, but I wonder if it actually works. And look at that AoE damage. Look at that. AoE damage is just anti-foot soldier. Look at that. It's also splashing down the town center, destroying good number of farms, and costs 7 gold. They're not cheap, but they're not terribly expensive, but still. Elder Cyclops is actually pretty good at pillaging farms, apparently. And there's a Colossus there. How did the Colossus get there? And the Colossus has no AoE damage. I really think some of these giant units just need AoE damage by default. At least 1 AoE. Now we do have Osiris being researched, give access to the mummy, which is going to be pretty good actually versus all these foot soldiers. The AoE effect is very nice. Of course, got the Son of Osiris, probably my favorite god power in the game. The good number of axemen here. Some of the axemen are sort of being a bit stupid. They're not pushing away forward. But I think Elder Cyclops smashed to the front line with the AoE damage. Of course, also the Hoplites are supercharged, being champion 1 divine damage as well, bypassing all that armor of 1 divine damage. Always hard to calculate that, but I think overall the Elder Cyclops will rip apart the formation of the AoE damage. I think that's what happened there. The Son of Osiris has been summoned. Where exactly, I'm not sure. Where's the Son of Osiris? Oh, I hear it. Didn't see it. Oh, there he is. Son of Osiris getting hit there. The divine damage should be particularly useful against the Son of Osiris. Another mission literally getting hit by everything. And Cyclopes have good durability, and the Son of Osiris has gone down, and Blue has resigned. This Angry is saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.